What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing. Let's cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do. We're on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Money Making Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we're back with a huge card in the NBA, man. And y'all know what we do, man. We're going to cook it up and try to smash it per usual. So without further ado, man, let's do exactly that. I ain't here to waste your time, man. I'm here to put some money in your pockets. Let's do exactly that, man. First game on the board. We got the Pistons laying 4.5 points on the Utah Jazz. Not a game I'm all that in love with. I do lean towards Detroit. They are the better basketball team. Utah currently on the do not bet list. Utah, man, this team has been dead, has shown no signs of life all season long, and especially on the road. We know what's up with them. We've been fading Utah on the road for the last 2 seasons combined, and I think we should continue to do so. If this line was 2.5, I would definitely be on the Pistons. But laying over a bucket with the Pistons is not really their spot, not their situation, not what I'm trying to do. They should win the game. They are the better team. That's my thoughts on this one. We head to Orlando, where the Magic are 6.5-point home dogs with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Buddies rolling in Oklahoma City, laying 6.5. If you know me, man, you know these are 2 of my favorite money-making teams in the NBA. Oklahoma City, number 1 on that list. Number 2, the Orlando Magic. Number 3, the Dallas Mavericks. Number 4, the Houston Rockets. That 5th spot kind of changes and alternates every now and then. But I'm on the Orlando Magic plus the points in this one. I know. Fading the Thunder buddies is not fun, and it's not something we like to do often. But I think the spot and situation sets up really nice here for the Orlando Magic. Bounce back spot at home at the crib. That also happens to be a revenge game. One of my favorite spots in the NBA. The Thunder won the first meeting this season. Final score in that basketball game was 102-86 in Oklahoma City on the 4th in November. I think the Magic have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. I know they're missing Wagner. I know they're missing Boncaro. But you got to understand that's already incorporated into the line. It's not a great spot for the Thunder. The Thunder just played 2 extra games in Las Vegas. As somebody who travels in and out of Vegas often, coming out of Vegas isn't always fun. The Vegas crud is a real thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder coming out of there had some dead legs on the road in a low-scoring defensive style game like I expect this to be. I want the points in my back pocket with Orlando, a money-making home machine. 39-15 at home at the crib is Orlando since the start of last season, man, covering at over a 70% clip. I think they come in here and compete. I think they have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. I like the money line for the Magic in this one. I like the points in my back pocket with the Magic in this one. And I also like the under in a very low-scoring defensive style game. Let's keep it rolling. We head over to Washington, where the Wizards are 4.5-point home dogs with the Charlotte Hornets rolling in. This game is similar to that Pistons game for me, where it's like the Hornets are the better basketball team. They should win the game. I'm not really rushing to lay over a bucket, though, especially on the road with the Hornets. They are starting to get healthy. LaMelo's back, but I think Brandon Miller may miss this game. Keep an eye out on that. Well, this is what I will do. I will say do a little two-team parlay. Pair up the Pistons money line with Charlotte money line. You should cash. You should be good. I don't want to lay points with either team, but I do think both teams in their games are the better basketball team and should win. So if you put them both money line, you should come around even money, maybe even a little plus money, and come out on the other side green. So that's what I'll do. That's how I'll attack those 2 games. Give me a Wizards fade. This team is terrible. That team is the worst team in the league. They may be even worse than what the Pistons were a season ago. So Hornets money line, Pistons money line, 2-team parlay, even money, should cash. Let's keep it rolling. We head to Boston, where the Celtics, 14.5-point home favorites over your Chicago Bulls, man. Total 240.5. I know the Celtics haven't been great favorites this season, as you see on your screen. They've been fairly terrible this season, ATS. But recently, I'm thinking they're starting to turn into the team that we looked at towards the end of last season, where unless I have a clear and concise reason to fade Boston, I'm really not interested in doing so. Rested in this spot. Already beat up on Chicago in Chicago this season. I think the Bulls covered that game, but still it was a 9-point win for Boston in that one. I wouldn't be shocked at all if this was a 20+ point win. If the Celtics come in here and play Celtic style basketball, this should be a 20+ point win for the Celtics, especially off the rest. So no need to overcomplicate it for me. No reason to look in the direction of Chicago, in my opinion. I don't have a clear reason to fade Boston, so I'm not interested in doing it. Give me the Celtics. I'll lay the points. We got the Raptors laying 4.5 points on the Brooklyn Nets. Total 219.5 here in this one. Scotty Barnes possibly is back for the Toronto Raptors. Still doesn't really move the needle for me. This is the first game all season long the Raptors have been favored. They've been dogs in every game this season. They've been a solid ATS team this season, as you see on your screen, but all that was as underdogs. I do not trust them laying points. Brooklyn has been a solid ATS team, as you see on your screen as well. Brooklyn is covered in 60% of their games. I think they have a legitimate chance to come in here and win this game outright. So in that style game, I'll take as many points as the books want to give me in my back pocket. Betting Toronto as an underdog, I can do that. Laying points with this style team, can't do that. Give me the Brooklyn Nets plus the points here in this one. We keep it rolling. We got the Houston Rockets laying 8.5, 9 points on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans right now currently the number one team on the do not bet list. We want to continue to fade this team. The Houston Rockets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. Houston, we have a problem. The Rockets, 39. Well, hold on, I'm sorry. The Rockets, 21-9-1 as home favorites since the start of last season. 36-17-1 ATS at home overall. The Rockets, man, they be balling out at home. I see no reason to fade them. Pelicans, number one team on the DNB, still banged up, still severely injured. Rocket style spot, in my opinion. They should win the game extremely comfortably. I'll lay the points with Houston in Houston. Next game up, we got a heavyweight fight, man. We got the Golden State Warriors out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies laying 2.5 points here in this one. Look, one of my favorite spots and situations. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game. That's the narrative here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lost their last game to the Los Angeles Lakers. Looking to bounce back here. They lost to Golden State earlier this season, 123-118 on the 15th of November. Problem is I don't really like fading Golden State on the road often. Golden State coming off a loss as well. Now on the road, Golden State, man, on the road, as much as Memphis goes stupid, dummy, crazy, Golden State does the same thing on the road. Golden State, since the start of last season, on the road is 35-20 ATS. They're covering at a 64% clip on the road. I think this is a legitimate 50-50 game, and in that style game, I want the points in my back pocket. Any other team outside of Golden State, I would have taken Memphis in this spot. Even my Mavs, I would have taken Memphis in this spot, but not Golden State, man. Not Golden State. I think Golden State has a legitimate chance to come here and win this one outright, so getting this many points in my back pocket, sign me up. That's how I see this game, so no need for me to overcomplicate this one. I'm on the Warriors. Keep an eye out on John Morant right now currently as well. He's game time decision. I expect him to play, but just keep an eye out on it. But Warriors plus the 2.5 for me right now currently. We keep it rolling. We head to San Antonio where the Spurs are 1.5 point home favorites over the Atlanta Hawks. I'm on the Hawks, man. Outright money line. Trae Young revenge angle is my thought process here. All off season, we heard rumors that the Spurs were going to acquire Trae Young, pair him up with Wemby, and create a little duo there in San Antonio. Instead, they decided to go with old man Chris Paul. Hey, there's nothing like a motivated Trae Young. A motivated Trae Young is a great Trae Young, and I think he comes in here and busts up the Spurs, especially coming off the loss against Milwaukee in that last one. I think the Hawks match up well with San Antonio. I think the line pretty much tells us everything we need to know. Hawks as underdogs, I can trust them. That's been where they've been profitable for us recently. So give me Atlanta. I'll grab the points and take them straight up money line. Here in this one, next game up, We got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, laying 4.5 points on the Los Angeles Clippers. Total 223.5. My man, Luka Doncic, will not play in this one after the 45-point triple-double, the 30-point trip-double basically at half. He will take the night off tonight with a heel injury. Kyrie Irving right now is also game time decision questionable. I need to know what's up with Kai before I officially bet this game. Y'all know where I want to be. I want to be on my Mavs laying the points, of course. The Mavs have played really well when Luka's out and Kyrie at the helm. I see no real reason to doubt the Mavs. Last time we seen the Clippers out on the road, they got taken behind the woodshed by the Denver Chicken Nuggets 120-98. And the Mavs, they've been balling recently. Their only hiccup was against the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies in that in-season tournament game. It's all good, though. I'm on the Dallas Mavericks in this one. I want Kai to play. But then if he plays, I think the Mavs win the game comfortably. Them being, favorites over a bucket at home tells me everything I need to know. Give me the Mavs. I'm going to lay the points in that one. We keep it rolling. We had the Phoenix, where the Suns are 6.5-point home favorites over the Indiana Pacers. I know the Pacers have been extremely disappointing on the road this season, but I like how they've played recently. They've won 3 of their last 4 back-to-back on the road, beat up on Chicago, beat up on Philadelphia. I think Indiana's finally finna turn that corner. I think they're finally about to wake up and return to Indiana of last season. I still don't trust the Clippers. The Clippers, since the start of last season, they've been one of the worst bets in all of the NBA. Since the start of last season, man, the Clippers have only covered in 40% of their games. Let me bring up the number for y'all. It is 44, 65, and 2. I don't trust the Clippers laying points, man. They're a fade more often than not. I know Indiana's been really disappointing on the road this season, but I actually think tonight is a night where they come in here and compete and keep this game competitive, if not win it outright. So give me Indiana plus the points here in that one. We got another heavyweight battle, man. TNT with it tonight, man. 2 teams that traded this offseason. We got the New York Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. 2 teams that I've been fading a lot. 2 teams whose fan bases are not all that happy with me, man. Be what it be. It is what it is. I call the Minnesota Timberwolves the house of disappointment, and I've been yelling from the mountaintops all season long that the New York Knicks are overrated and overvalued. And I still believe everything I just said right there. The thing is in this specific game, I think it's lined pretty much correctly. The Knicks are finally in a spot not overrated and overvalued. And because they're not overrated and overvalued, I'm going to take them. Give me the New York Knicks straight up on the money line. Karl Anthony Towns' revenge game is my thought process in this one. I was the number 1 overall pick for y'all, and y'all going to trade me for Julius Randle? That's what y'all going to do to me? For real? All right. Bet. That's kind of how I think tonight plays. I think Karl Anthony Towns goes in here with his new squad and busts up his old one. Ultimately, what it comes down to is Minnesota's the favorite, laying 2.5. Y'all know my thoughts. The house of disappointment. Just when you expect Minnesota to do something, they never do it. The Knicks are overrated and overvalued, but you've never heard me say they're a bad team. You've never heard me say they're not going to do anything. You've never heard me say anything. I just think more often than not, people think they're better than what they are. So there's value on the other side. In tonight's game, I don't see that as the case. I think it's right where it should be. And I think the Knicks have a legitimate chance to come in here and win it outright, especially with the extra motivation for my man, Cat. I know Randall was traded, but it's not like Randall was a Knick his entire career. Like, he was drafted by the Lakers. He played, you know what I mean? Like, but Cat was a Wolf through and through, and he didn't want to leave. And they just outright traded him. I think he comes in here tonight and makes him pay. Give me New York outright, money line here in this one. Next game up, we got the Denver Chicken Nuggets laying 8.5 on the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road. I'm on the Blazers plus the points in this one. I don't trust the Nuggets laying extended points on the road. It's not their spot, not their situation. Y'all know what I say about the Nuggets. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. Look at their home record. the last couple seasons. So where do all of their losses come at? On the road, meaning they don't play as well on the road as they do at home. And laying extended points with them is usually where you're asking for it with the Nuggets on the road. Portland's been a solid home ATS team this season, 7-5 against the number. I think they have a legitimate chance to keep this game competitive. I know their injury report's ugly. This one is just a hold your nose and trust the spot, trust the situation style game for me. And that puts me on Portland plus the points. Last and final game of the night, we got the Sacramento Kings at home, at the crib, with the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers rolling in. I don't love this game, honestly. Forced to play it, I would just follow my spot and situation. Bouncing back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game is the spot here for the Sacramento Kings. They're favored in this game by 4.5 points. The Lakers, I did like what I saw from them in their last game. But I don't like fading my spots unless I have a clear reason to do so. And the Lakers are so up and down. It wouldn't shock me if Sacramento got a really good win here and won the game comfortably in the revenge spot at home, coming off some rest. So small lean on Sacramento, bottom of the barrel style game, though not a game I'm rushing to bet at by any stretch of the imagination. But that's what I got for you here in our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Money Making Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do what we do, which is kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. I do have premium plays for you, ladies and gentlemen, over at the site. Sorry for the late video today, man. A lot happening behind the scenes. Prop-wise, Karl Anthony Towns. He should go off tonight against his former team in his former venue. And that's really the only one I like, Karl Anthony Towns. So for my prop guys, there's one. We'll be back with the props soon, man. Just work with me. Work with me. Appreciate y'all boys, man. More than y'all know. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.